Yo, we back in it. It's Shawn C for another songs playlist video. I feel like I want to do one of these all the time, but like, it's so much fun letting all the music add up and collect, so now I can talk about it all at once. I also don't want to make that many cuts in this video because I'm tired of editing all the time because I can't get my thought out the first time. So we're gonna try to go with as many cuts. Fuck! I'm still moving. So, hey, we'll get back to regularly scheduled programming soon. I've been late on a lot of the albums, and there are a couple of things that I really wanted to discuss, especially this MF Doom and CZARFACE record. Maybe I'll start with that one. I guess I can start with that one since a lot of people, I've been telling people since, you know, the Ice Age I was gonna talk about it and I haven't. I'm sorry, basically. This album, I enjoy. I like most of what's here. I don't really have an issue with CZARFACE and MF Doom being on an album together. I do understand that CZARFACE, you know, has inspiration from Doom. One of the things that I feel like was missed big, or an opportunity I feel like it was just completely overlooked, was the fact that Doom is someone who portrays himself as the villain, while CZARFACE is someone who portrays himself as the hero, which in my opinion makes the perfect setup for these two to go head to head, back to back on every single track almost. And it just makes sense, you know. It says in the album every good hero needs a villain, but why not make that villain your adversary on this project? I don't get why I feel like they kind of missed a big opportunity to make something very lyrically entertaining, to diss and go back and forth with one another on most of these tracks. While I do enjoy the fact that they have lyrical sport with one another and they kind of prove that you can maintain and, you know, still have your own sense of originality. They're not coming out and trying to be the Migos or trying to, you know, incorporate other new styles of hip hop or other trends into their music, which is something that I can appreciate, them being two of the most authentic artists that you can get. It feels like they're just flexing lyrically, and I don't know why, but MF Doom just seems bored on a good portion of this project. Like, sometimes the delivery and his vocals just appear as if he could easily be doing something else somewhere else. That being said though, I still really enjoy this album. I still really enjoy what it had to say. I still really enjoy what it did. Collaboration between two lyrical beasts such as this. But if any track that you miss on this project, you gotta check out Phantoms with Open Mike Eagle. Like, you have, oh man, like this is a lyrical monster right here. And when they give the bass a break to put the guitar in just to bring the bass back, it makes you just nut. Next track I want to give some shine to is Denzel Curry and his SUMO track. Denzel Curry's got a new album coming out soon called Taboo. Should be coming out within the next 2 months, I'm gonna predict. And I really enjoy this track. I love the energy, I love the pace, I love the hook. It grew on me even more. I know I said in the beginning it was a little bit annoying hearing the track say, you know, pockets too big, they sumo for a little while, but I really do enjoy what he had to say. One of the things, like I said, that's so enjoyable about Denzel Curry is the fact that he's so lyrically dense at times and still keeps that high energy, still keeps you invested into the track. His reference to older animations like Avatar: The Last Airbender and the show from Cartoon Network Chowder. Right before he goes into this crazy energetic DMX style flow, he says rada 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 rada. Overall, this track is a really good time, and I would encourage anyone who hasn't heard it to go listen to it ASAP. You don't want to wait until the, oh, you know what, you might want to wait until the album to listen to this one. I don't know, but can you wait 2 months to listen to this banger? Because it's a banger. Cardi B just released her first album and it's called Invasion of Privacy. I just did a review for it. Go watch it if you haven't. One of my favorite tracks off this album being I Do, that features SZA and Bikenhead, which I didn't expect myself to like that much. I thought Bikenhead was going to be a pretty annoying track, but the more and more I kept listening to it, the more and more I was like, wow, this is really hitting. And you know, telling the females to pop their pussy wherever you know, it's something that me personally, I can't relate to. You know, I got a penis. But it's got me thinking, if I didn't have one. Never in my life have I ever listened to a song and heard the lyric make that pussy crack a smile and immediately thought of, ooh. And the other track on this project called I Do with SZA, where she talks about doing whatever she wants to do, and you know, Cardi B pretty much making this an ode to saying, hey, if he can't do this for you, you need to let him go. But I love SZA on the hook because it's so simple. It shows up the right amount of times and the auto-tune over her voice is something that isn't even necessary, but still sounds good. Flatbush Zombies recently came out with an album that to me is one of their best bodies of work. I love majority of what I'm hearing on this project. It sounds so polished. It sounds like it took its time from start to finish. Every track on here really does sound as if it, you know, took the same amount of time, took the same amount of effort, took the same amount of energy. There are so many tracks on here that I consider my favorite. I only dislike, and even though these are tracks that are tolerable for me, I still only dislike 2 or 3 songs. Leather Symphony, to me, is a pretty good track. Very small in comparison to what I feel like the other tracks are meant for and what they're capable of. Like, there's a track called Best American that I feel makes a very powerful statement on who can be the shittiest person. But some of these other tracks really go under the radar, and when you come back and listen to them again, it's like this actually stands out a lot. Like Leather Symphony having this really strange but addicting hook. I also really like the track Facts with Jadakiss, where they talk about people frauding in the industry and people frauding in everyday life. And Glory with Denzel Curry, that really just shows how Denzel Curry can take his artistic vision and you know, pretty much just be calm or be hype. This track being a testament to the fact that there is glory in everyone's story, regardless of how shitty the world may be. You can still find some good out of it. Whole album to me sounds great. Amine just came out with a new track called Campfire, where he and Injury Reserve come in with a pretty nice, subtle club song. Their energy on the track is very low key. Their energy on the track is really simple, really low energy in my opinion, but to me, I think it fits for the simplicity of the track. Track isn't that vibrant, isn't that grand. It's pretty simple, pretty decent bass drops, some clinging, and there are moments consistently where the beat kind of stops so that Amine can give his verse or Richie can give his. This really isn't a track that features all of Injury Reserve. Parker may be on production for this track. Groggs may have also helped with production on this track, but for the most part, all we're hearing vocally is Richie from Injury Reserve. And Amine, to me, on this track kind of paints himself as this cool cat with a badass bitch. The music video for this thing is gonna take me a while to understand that. Cali Uchis. Cali also came out over the weekend with a pretty good album called Isolation. I like a good amount of the tracks on here. The track with Steve Lacy, little Daft Punk inspired to me. I kind of feel the Daft Punk vibe on that track. Maybe it's because of the older kind of retro style of singing that they're doing. The track is so funky and fun. She want my $100 bills. She don't want love, she want my $100. I love what Cali Uchis is doing with her voice on this project, because most of the time we have singers that really only can tackle one range, or either they're singing to try to hit the high note every time, or they're singing with a very uninteresting low tone for most of their project. With this, she explores a lot of different vocal tones and a lot of different vocal ranges. Without making any of the tracks sound the same, she sounds pretty good on most of it. Another track I really like on here is one of the interludes called Gotta Get Up, that's got this R&B bedroom baby making anthem where you just get every single chick prep. Another great track, In My Dreams, where she's literally talking about how great everything is in her dream, and it sounds like you're in a dream. It sounds like you're in a happy place. Go listen to it if you want a female R&B artist to listen to. The Weeknd came out with a new EP called My Dear Melancholy. Jesus, I like I Was Never There. Listen to I Was Never There. Pretty cool track. Gustafenstein does his thing. Most of this track listing I think is a salute or a shout or a diss or a mention or a reference to Selena Gomez. And last but not least, we got Tyler, the Creator, with his single track Okra. I know I'm late to this track. Most everyone else has probably already covered it, but I'm listening to it because I love the way I don't know, it sounds like it sounds like there obviously is a lack of hook, but when we do get into that portion of the track where we get the what seems to be almost ominous kind of piano for the hook, I guess you could say, and then we go right back into the bass heavy verse from Tyler, the Creator, it gives two totally different vibes to the track. And when you look at the music video, it's completely split in half. I want to give credit to this track also because there seems to be so much happening and it's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Even with this track being 2 minutes 30 seconds, we still get 3 Tyler verses. It's amazing how he managed to make a song that's 2 minutes and 30 seconds seem like a complete track that has 3 different verses. Is I don't even know. People are saying that it's a cut or a throwaway from Flower Boy. Who cares? That's been my songs playlist for the week. It's April 11th. Don't forget to put your playlist down in the comment section below. Let me know what it is that you've been listening to. And I think I'm gonna give the Saba project a chance. All right, I think I'm gonna give it a chance. I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it a chance. We don't know yet, but I think I'm gonna give it a chance. We gotta see. All right. But I'm not making any promises. Right. We gonna see. But thank you for watching. It's been Shawn C. I'll see you in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.